Chosen one. Stop scrolling. Heaven has paused everything around you. You are not here by coincidence. You are standing at the doorway of a divine interruption. Friday is not just another day on the calendar. It is a prophetic appointment written into your story before you took your first breath. The universe itself has conspired for this moment. And tonight, this very night, everything begins to shift. You have felt it for days now, haven't you? That trembling in your spirit, the quiet anticipation, the unexplainable pull that something monumental is coming. It's not anxiety, it's alignment. Heaven is whispering your name. The weight of divine timing is pressing on your heart because Friday is marked as the day your story turns. You have cried, waited, fought battles unseen, and yet here you are, still standing. That's not chance. That's purpose. Listen carefully. When God decides to rewrite a life, He begins with silence. The last few seasons of your life weren't punishment. They were preparation. The moments when no one saw you, when the world forgot your name, heaven recorded every tear. You were never buried. You were planted. And now, the soil of obscurity begins to break open because your roots have grown deep enough to sustain the fruit that's coming. The Spirit of God is moving. Even as you read these words, you are being separated, refined, and called higher. Do not mistake the shaking around you as chaos. It's confirmation. Heaven never moves quietly when something sacred is about to be born. Every disappointment, every rejection, every closed door was the hand of God steering you into divine alignment for this very Friday. You were never ordinary. You've always felt it, the quiet sense that you don't quite fit the mold of this world. That difference is not a curse. It's evidence of your calling. You carry a frequency that darkness cannot stand, a light that cannot be hidden. That's why the attacks came the way they did. That's why certain people turned away. The anointing on your life provoked the enemy long before you even knew you were chosen. But now, beloved, you are awakening. Heaven is stretching you because greater is coming. The delay is over. The cycle of almosts, of not yet, of broken promises, this is the night it ends. The Lord is setting a stage for your unveiling. He is about to show those who doubted you that what was hidden was holy. The enemy thought he buried you, but all he did was plant a seed that heaven is now watering with power and purpose. You stand at the threshold of transformation. Your story will no longer be about survival, it will be about glory. This Friday will not just bless you, it will expose every counterfeit that tried to keep you from your true inheritance. The hand of God is rearranging everything, and you are the center of His movement. So lift your eyes. Chosen one. The battle that exhausted you is about to produce victory. The fire that burned you is refining you into gold. You are stepping out of confusion and into clarity. You are stepping out of waiting and into winning. You are stepping into a Friday written in heaven's script. Heaven does not call the qualified, it qualifies the called. And you, beloved, are the called. That restlessness in your spirit tonight is not fear, it is destiny awakening. You were chosen for this era, this season, this moment. Your presence on this earth is not random, it is divine design. You are the answer to someone's prayer, the light to someone's darkness, the hope that will awaken another's faith. So tonight, don't just read these words, receive them. Let them sink deep. Say to yourself, This word is mine, because it is. You are not too late, too broken, or too forgotten. Heaven has not skipped over your name. The time you thought you lost will be restored, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden." Your appointed time has come, and it carries the fragrance of fulfillment. If this word burns within you, take a breath and let heaven hear your yes. Like, share, and comment 777 below as a prophetic act of agreement, declaring that you are ready for what God has prepared for you this Friday. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss what heaven releases next. Tonight begins the unraveling of everything that once held you back. Friday will prove that delay was never denial. It was divine timing. Chosen one. The waiting has been long, hasn't it? Every prayer that seemed to echo back in silence, every promise that felt delayed, none of it was wasted. You have been living in the sacred tension between what God spoke and what you see. And though your heart grew weary at times, heaven saw the strength it took for you to keep believing when nothing seemed to move. The weight of waiting is heavy because destiny carries substance. God does not release glory into the hands of the unprepared. Every delay has been divine construction. The pressure, the stillness, the unanswered questions, they were chiseling you into someone capable of carrying what's coming. The waiting was not a void, it was a workshop. Heaven has been forming your endurance in silence, strengthening your spiritual backbone so that when the door opens, you will not crumble under the blessing. There were moments you almost gave up. You looked around and saw others advancing, while you stayed stuck in the same place. You wondered if you were forgotten. But the truth, beloved, is that the Lord hides his finest vessels for the longest seasons. Diamonds do not develop in daylight. They are formed under weight and darkness. The longer the wait, the rarer the value. You have not been delayed, you have been refined. You see, the enemy's greatest strategy was to convince you that stillness meant abandonment. But silence is the language of strategy in heaven. When God hides his hand, he is not absent. He is arranging behind the veil of your waiting. He was aligning people, places, and opportunities to meet you at the appointed hour. You were never out of sight. You were in safekeeping. The waiting taught you discernment. It revealed who truly walked with you and who only stood near you for what you could provide. It stripped away the noise so you could hear the whisper of purpose again. It exposed your dependence on things that were never meant to define you. And in the quiet, you learned to listen, not with your ears, but with your spirit. Beloved, waiting is not wasted when it refines your worship. In the stillness, your praise became purer. Your faith, once dependent on feelings, became anchored in truth. You learned that joy is not the absence of trial, but the presence of trust. The waiting made you dangerous to darkness because it built in you a patience that hell cannot imitate. Friday is not approaching by chance. It is the culmination of every seed planted in pain. The hours you cried out in secret are about to speak publicly. The tears that watered the soil of obedience are producing a harvest too great to comprehend. What God is about to release in your life is not random, it is reward. The promise was not denied. It was maturing. You have been in spiritual training. Every closed door strengthened your focus. Every detour deepened your faith. Every unanswered prayer anchored you deeper in trust. You are not the same person who began this journey. You have been fortified in patience, molded by grace, and shielded by divine delay. Now the wait itself becomes your testimony, a monument to God's faithfulness in seasons where you could not see His hand. There is a rhythm in heaven, and you are finally in sync with it. Your steps have been ordered. Even when they felt uncertain, your timeline was not running late, it was running divine. The same God who orchestrated creation has been orchestrating your transformation. You may have questioned His timing, but heaven never doubted your endurance. You stayed, even when it hurt. You prayed, even when your voice trembled. You believed, even when you didn't understand. That steadfastness has not gone unnoticed. Heaven counts the seconds differently where you saw delay. Heaven saw development. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9, people plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Every step of your waiting season was sacred. Nothing was wasted, not one night, not one prayer, not one tear. You were never being punished, you were being positioned. So now, chosen one, stand still in quiet reverence. Breathe. The tension is not ending because you failed. It is ending because you have completed the lesson. What once felt like denial was actually divine timing, wrapping itself in disguise. Heaven has been holding your destiny until you could carry it with grace. The delay is now bowing to divine order. What you thought you lost will be restored with interest. What you thought was over is only beginning. The waiting was the seed, Friday is the bloom. You have carried something unseen. Chosen one, something that has made the darkness nervous since the day you were born. You've walked through rooms and felt the atmosphere shift, not because of who you are on the outside, but because of what you carry within. There is a mark upon your spirit, invisible to men, but unmistakable to heaven and hell alike. It is the signature of divine selection, the mark of the chosen. All your life, you've felt that strange tension, drawn to the light but constantly pulled into battle. That is not coincidence. The anointing you carry provokes opposition. The oil on your life has always attracted warfare because light irritates what hides in shadow. Every misunderstanding, every rejection, every unexpected attack, it all had a single purpose: to make you doubt your calling. But you did not break. And that, beloved, is proof that the seal on your life is real. You see, God does not place His mark on the faint-hearted. He marks those who can withstand being misunderstood, those who can keep loving when love isn't returned, those who can keep believing when nothing makes sense. The hidden mark upon you has drawn battles your peers never had to face, but it also grants victories others will never taste. You are the one darkness cannot predict, the one the enemy cannot read. In secret seasons, you wondered why certain doors slammed shut the moment you approached. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. Heaven guarded you from paths that would have diluted your power. The mark on your spirit made it impossible for you to blend in with the crowd. You were never meant to. You were meant to stand out, to be set apart, to walk paths few dare to tread. The mark doesn't just identify you, it defines your mission. Beloved, this is why you feel out of place among ordinary rhythms. The world's tempo never matched your heart. because your heartbeat echoes heaven's timing. The things that satisfy others never quite fill you because your hunger is holy. You were built for something larger, something eternal. That restlessness within you is not confusion, it's your spirit remembering home. But remember this truth: with great anointing comes great isolation. The marked ones are often misunderstood because they live according to frequencies unseen by human eyes. God has hidden you in plain sight. People saw your outer form, but only heaven saw the fire burning inside. The concealment was mercy. It protected you while you matured. For premature exposure destroys what's not yet rooted. There were times when your prayers felt unanswered. Your faith felt stretched, and your purpose felt blurred. Yet even in those moments, the mark remained. You couldn't walk away from God, even if you tried. Every time you drifted, conviction pulled you back. Every time you fell, grace lifted you higher. That pull you feel, that relentless love, it's proof you belong to Him. You are not just chosen, you are marked for manifestation. The enemy has studied you for years, trying to decipher the code of your resilience. But what's inside you was not written in ink, it was written in fire. You carry heaven's DNA, and that is something hell cannot counterfeit. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 33, verse 14, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." Oh, that verse is not distant history, it's your present reality. His presence has never left you, not for a single moment. Even when you couldn't feel Him, He was walking beside you, holding your life together when everything else was falling apart. And now, as the world edges toward this prophetic Friday, heaven is ready to reveal what it has long concealed. The mark that once isolated you will now elevate you. What made you different will now make you visible. The season of hiding ends when heaven says, "Show yourself." And heaven is speaking now. Before you move forward, pause for one moment and respond in faith. Type these words in the comments. I am ready. Don't underestimate the power of those 3 words. It's not just a comment, it's a declaration. When you write them, you're telling heaven, I accept the assignment. I embrace the mark. I will walk boldly into what you've prepared. That act of obedience becomes a prophetic echo in the spiritual realm. Angels move when faith is spoken. You have carried this mark in silence long enough. Now it's time to walk in the confidence of who you are. You are heaven's representative, carrying authority, peace, and fire wherever you go. The same presence that went with Moses goes with you now. You were chosen, sealed, and set apart for such a time as this. So lift your head, chosen one. You are not forgotten, you are marked. And that mark will guide you straight into the destiny that's been waiting for you since before time began. The storms that rose against you were never random. Chosen one. Every gust of resistance, every wave of confusion, every sudden darkness that surrounded you was permitted for a reason. You see, the closer destiny comes, the louder the winds howl. When something sacred is near, the atmosphere grows tense. Heaven prepares by shaking what cannot remain. The storm you've been enduring wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to expose what's unshakable inside you. You have wondered, why now? Why all at once? Because when purpose is about to unfold, pressure always precedes promotion. God never sends a crown without first testing the heart that will wear it. You have been in the final furnace before your unveiling. Every piece of you that relied on human approval, on comfort, or on certainty has been refined. The storm stripped away what was temporary so that only what is eternal could remain. You noticed the pattern, didn't you? The closer you came to peace, something tried to steal it. The moment your faith strengthened, a new trial appeared. That is not coincidence. It is the sign of spiritual acceleration. You are stepping into territory that darkness once claimed, and the resistance you feel is proof that you are crossing the line. The enemy never fights what doesn't threaten him. The intensity of your storm reveals the weight of your destiny. There were nights when sleep would not come, when your mind raced with fears of failure, when your heart questioned whether you had somehow done something wrong. Yet through it all, heaven was whispering, "Hold on. You were never being punished. You were being purified." The storm was not an ending. It was an announcement. You cannot enter a new level with the same strength you had in the last one. The shaking was necessary to separate you from what cannot endure the next season. You have survived storms others would not have endured. You have walked through losses that could have broken your spirit, but instead they revealed your resilience. You discovered that peace isn't found in calm waters. It's found in trusting the captain when the waves roar. The same wind that once terrified you is now the wind that will carry your boat to the other side. It is written in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, verse 39. He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. MC, those ancient words still speak to you now. The same voice that silenced the storm on the Sea of Galilee is the same voice speaking over your life tonight. He has seen your struggle. He has felt your fear. And he is commanding the chaos to be still. Not because you have failed, but because the lesson is complete. The winds did their work. They revealed what cannot be shaken. Look back for a moment. Beloved, remember how every time you thought it was over, somehow light found its way in. Remember how peace came through the cracks of your breaking. Those were not coincidences. They were reminders that the storm never had final authority. It was fierce. Yes, but it was never in control. You were never at the mercy of the wind. You were held by the one who commands it. Now that the storm has begun to quiet, listen closely. There is a strange silence following the chaos, a holy stillness. That stillness is the sound of transition. Heaven often whispers after the storm because clarity only comes when the noise has ceased. Pay attention to what stirs in your heart in this silence. These are not random thoughts. They are divine instructions, preparing you for what is about to emerge this Friday. You are not walking out of this storm the same. Something in you has shifted. Your prayers carry more authority. Your discernment has deepened. You no longer chase approval because you have seen what happens when God is your only anchor. You now understand that storms do not reveal weakness, they reveal foundation. And your foundation, chosen one, has proven unshakable. So stand in the calm now. Feel the air after the rain, the stillness after the thunder. This is what divine peace feels like. It is not the absence of trouble, it is the presence of God in the midst of it. That presence will follow you into your Friday breakthrough. The storm was not your end, it was your beginning. You have passed the test that many run from. You have learned to trust what you cannot see. And that faith will carry you through every season ahead. The winds are subsiding now, but within you, a greater force is rising, a stillness so powerful it silences fear itself. There is a rhythm to divine timing. Chosen one, a heartbeat that only the patient can hear. You've stood in the storm. You've endured the silence. And now, as the winds begin to still, a sound emerges from heaven. It's the sound of countdown. Friday draws near like dawn, breaking through the longest night. And heaven whispers, "Get ready." Every unseen seed of faith you planted in secret is about to bloom in public. The clock of heaven never ticks by accident. What seems like coincidence to others is choreography to God. Each moment has been a step in your dance with destiny. Even the detours were divinely designed to teach you rhythm, to teach you to trust the tempo of grace. You've learned that waiting on God is not standing still. It's moving to a beat only heaven knows. And now that rhythm is accelerating toward Friday's reveal. But before the light breaks fully, pause and notice something. You are no longer who you were when this journey began. The pain that once weighed you down has turned into wisdom. The rejections that once stung now serve as reminders that you are being redirected to something better. You have been refined in ways that only storms and silence can shape a soul. Heaven has been counting your tears as offerings. Not one was wasted. Every sigh in the night, every whispered prayer you thought no one heard, all of them reached the throne. The timing of God is meticulous, and every second of your suffering has been folded into something magnificent. Friday is not just an event, it's a revelation. It is heaven saying, "Now you see why you had to wait." But divine timing requires divine partnership. You are not called to be a spectator of your own miracle. You are called to participate in it. Just as a seed must surrender to the soil before it blooms, you must keep your heart open to the process. Let faith be the soil, obedience the water, and generosity the sunlight. When these meet, harvest always follows. Think of your life as a garden. Every word of encouragement you've spoken, every act of kindness you've given, every time you've shared truth or lifted another soul, that is you tending to the field of eternity. When you sow light, heaven multiplies it. When you share what inspires you, you become part of the ripple that reaches hearts you may never meet. That's why these messages exist, not to entertain, but to awaken. When you like, when you share, when you subscribe, you are not just interacting with content, you are partnering with purpose. You are extending the reach of light into the darkest corners of the digital world. One click becomes a candle. One share becomes a spark. One subscription becomes a statement. I stand with the movement of heaven. And yes, if your heart feels led, you can give not out of pressure, but out of partnership. Every offering, whether large or small, becomes a brick in the sanctuary of hope we are building together. The kingdom expands through the hands of those who believe. Giving is not about money, it's about momentum. It's the act of saying, I believe in what God is doing here, and I want to see it reach further. It is written in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. That promise isn't just about wealth, it's about wholeness. When you give of yourself, of your time, of your heart, heaven gives back in forms. Money can't buy peace, clarity, joy, and divine favor. The cycle of generosity is the heartbeat of revival. Beloved, Friday's dawn is drawing closer. The angels are aligning assignments. The heavens are stirring with activity, and the time of revealing is near. You have been prepared for such a time as this. This isn't just a season, it's a signal. When heaven begins to move this way, those who respond in faith become vessels of miracles for others. So, as you prepare your spirit for what's next, do it with open hands and a ready heart. Continue to stand with what heaven is building. Continue to let your support through a like, a share, a word of encouragement, or even a donation be your act of worship. Every gesture becomes incense that rises to God. This is not the end of your journey, it's the amplification of your calling. You are not merely a receiver of light, you are a reflector of it. Let this message move through you, not just to you, because when one chosen one shines, the whole world gets brighter. And soon, very soon, Friday's sun will rise, and everything that once felt uncertain will make sense. The night before breakthrough always feels the heaviest, doesn't it? Chosen one, the air feels thicker, your thoughts race faster, and your heart seems to sense something unseen. You can't explain it. But deep inside, you know something sacred is approaching. Heaven often moves quietly before a great shift. And when it does, the night begins to speak. This is that night. The kind of night where angels draw near to whisper courage, where the unseen realm hums with anticipation. The tension you feel is not anxiety, it's awakening. Your spirit is detecting divine movement before your eyes can see it. Just as the ocean swells before the tide breaks, your atmosphere is changing before your blessing manifests. In the stillness of this night, heaven is asking you a question. Will you trust me in the dark? Because what you do when no one is watching determines how brightly you'll shine when the light comes. The way you respond in silence decides how you'll stand in glory. This night is a divine test, not of strength, but of surrender. You may be tempted to distract yourself, to fill the silence with noise, but resist that urge. Be still. Let your soul listen. God often whispers instruction just before promotion. What He is saying to you tonight may seem small, but it carries eternal weight. Sometimes, the most powerful command is a gentle one. Wait. Forgive. Release. Believe again. The darkness around you is not the absence of light, it's the womb of light. Creation itself began in darkness before God said, "Let there be light." The night is not your enemy, it's your midwife. It's the sacred space where revelation is formed and faith is fortified. And tonight, faith is being tested, shaped, and sealed for Friday's fulfillment. Many have underestimated the power of the night. They see it as a time to rest. But heaven sees it as the hour of preparation. Every great deliverance began in darkness. Joseph's prison before the palace, Esther's fasting before the throne, Jesus' tomb before the resurrection. The night is not a punishment, it is the process before promise. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 30, verse 5. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That is not just poetic comfort, it is divine law. Every night has a limit. Every sorrow, an expiration date. You have cried enough. Chosen one, heaven has counted every tear, and the time of joy is scheduled. Even now, angels are aligning the pieces that once seemed scattered. Even now, light is beginning to leak through the cracks of your situation. You must understand, this is not coincidence, it is choreography. You were meant to read this tonight. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Heaven planned this encounter to awaken your awareness. You are not in the dark because you've been abandoned. You are in the dark because light is about to be revealed through you. But here's what you must do. Stand in faith and mark your agreement with heaven. This is your prophetic moment of response. Write it boldly below 888. Why 888? Because it represents new beginnings, multiplied a triple resurrection, a complete renewal of the old. When you type it, you are not typing a number, you are releasing a declaration into the unseen. I am ready for what's being birthed tonight. It is your symbolic signature on heaven's contract of breakthrough. The night is whispering secrets to the faithful, in the hush between prayers and answers. God is molding your character to fit your calling. He is stripping away the weight of doubt and wrapping you in a new garment of authority. Every ounce of fear that once lingered is being traded for courage. Every shadow that haunted your past is bowing to light. So, breathe deeply. Chosen one, the silence is not empty. It's full of holy activity. While the world sleeps, heaven is awake on your behalf. You may not see the full picture yet, but the artist is still painting. The final strokes are being added. And when the light of Friday touches the canvas of your life, the beauty of the process will make sense. Let tonight be your act of surrender. Speak less. Trust more. Fear less. Rest more. This is the final stretch before dawn. The sacred stillness before the trumpet of transformation sounds. Heaven is closer than it has ever been. So as the stars watch over you, remember, even in darkness, you are seen. Even in silence, you are heard. Even in waiting, you are moving forward. This night is not the end of your story, it's the proof that morning is near. Write it below 888 as your prophetic signal that you believe the morning is already breaking. Heaven sees your faith, and Friday will answer it. There were moments, chosen one, when silence wrapped around you so tightly that it almost felt suffocating. You prayed, yet heaven seemed still. You sought signs, yet the sky remained quiet. In those hours, doubt tried to whisper its poison, telling you that maybe your prayers didn't matter. Maybe God had moved on. But the truth, sacred and unshakable, is this: even when heaven is silent, it is never absent. The voice of God is not always thunder. Sometimes it is the hush that asks, "Will you trust me when you can't hear me?" The silence of heaven is not rejection, it is refinement. It forces your faith to grow ears where eyes cannot see. It trains your soul to hear the faintest whisper beneath the noise of fear. And you, beloved, have been learning that art. You've walked through days when no one celebrated you, when the applause stopped and the world grew indifferent. You wondered if your purpose had somehow expired. But even in those lonely hours, heaven leaned closer. You didn't see it, but angels were recording your endurance, noting every moment you chose to keep going instead of giving up. Those silent victories are the ones that make the loudest noise in eternity. The hidden seasons are where legends are forged. No one sees the sculptor's hours of chiseling before the statue stands in glory. In the same way, no one witnessed the inner wars You fought the battles against fear, fatigue, and fainting faith. Yet you stood. The fact that you're still here is evidence enough that the unseen hand of God has been sustaining you. You may not have realized it, but heaven has been speaking all along. It just used different languages: delay, disappointment, disruption, to communicate lessons your soul needed. When the doors closed, God was saying, "That path is too small for the destiny I've designed." When friendships faded, He whispered, "You can't carry everyone into your calling." Every silence had a voice. Every stillness carried instruction. Now you stand on the edge of Friday, and heaven is about to turn up the volume again. But before the revelation, there must be remembrance. Think back on the moments you wanted to quit, but didn't. Those weren't wasted efforts. They were sacred rehearsals for victory. Every time you kept praying, even when answers hid behind clouds, you were building spiritual muscle. Every time you praised instead of complaining, you were expanding your capacity for glory. According to what is revealed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it." That means every promise spoken over your life still has power. Not one word has expired. The silence didn't cancel the prophecy, it preserved it. Heaven's promises are not like human contracts. They don't fade with time. They mature. The quiet seasons were the soil. And now, your harvest is ready to rise. You've been trained to hear the difference between the noise of the world and the melody of heaven. That is your strength now. When others panic in confusion, you will move in clarity. When others doubt, you will discern. Your sensitivity to the Spirit is your compass, guiding you through the storms toward purpose. There will come a day when you will look back and thank God for every unanswered prayer. You will realize that the silence was protection, that the no was mercy, and that the waiting was grace disguised as delay. You'll see how every seemingly random turn was actually divine direction. You have matured in the wilderness. Beloved, the solitude that once felt like exile was actually your sanctuary. It stripped you of dependence on applause, forcing you to find your worth in something eternal. And now that your confidence rests not on validation, but on revelation, nothing can shake you again. Silence was never meant to punish you. It was meant to prepare you for the volume of destiny. Because when heaven finally speaks again, when Friday dawns with its full brightness, the world will not just hear a word, they will hear you. Your voice, refined through quiet endurance, will carry heaven's echo. You will not just repeat what you've heard, you will release what you've lived. So, rest tonight. The quiet around you is not emptiness, it's expectancy. The Spirit still hovers over the deep, creating order from chaos. Your heart may feel still, but heaven is stirring within you. The night that once felt lonely now carries a pulse of purpose. Chosen one. There comes a time when the invisible chains that held you for years begin to tremble. You can almost feel it, a subtle loosening in your spirit. A quiet shift deep within your chest. That, beloved, is the sound of release. Heaven is breaking the cycle of delay that has followed you like a shadow. The walls that once contained you are beginning to crack, and freedom is echoing through the corridors of your destiny. Every generation carries both inheritance and resistance. There are blessings that flow freely, and there are battles you did not choose but were born into. The struggles that seem to repeat themselves, the patterns of fear, of loss, of brokenness, these are not coincidences. They are spiritual chains passed down through time, waiting for one brave soul to stand up and say, "It ends with me." That soul is you. For too long, you carried burdens that were never meant to be yours. The weight of family wounds, the residue of past mistakes, the fear of failing again, all of them tried to convince you that freedom was for others, not for you. But heaven has marked this season as your release. What once held your bloodline captive will break under your obedience. The anointing on your life is not just for blessing, it's for liberation. The moment you said yes to God, everything in the spiritual realm began to shift. The enemy lost his claim. The legal right of darkness to torment you was revoked. But even after deliverance is declared, the mind must learn to think like a free person. That's where you are now, the renewing of the mind, the transformation of the heart, the awakening of identity. Freedom doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with a whisper. You are no longer bound. And though your circumstances may not change overnight, your spirit begins to rise taller. Your prayers sound bolder, and your steps grow lighter. That is the fruit of freedom taking root. There was a time when fear was your constant companion. Every decision you made was filtered through the question, what if I fail? But now, grace is rewriting that question into a declaration. Even if I fall, I will rise again. You are no longer a slave to your past. You are a carrier of future glory. The walls that caged you have no power against the God who called you. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Oh, that is your inheritance. Chosen one power, love, and clarity. Fear was the foreign voice trying to convince you that you were still in bondage. But love has come, and perfect love casts out fear. Power has come, and authority replaces anxiety. A sound mind has come, and peace becomes your natural state. Breaking the chain of delay means breaking the habit of doubt. You cannot step into new seasons with old mindsets. Every hesitation, every self-sabotaging thought, every whisper that says, "You're not ready," these are echoes of captivity, not truth. The truth is that you are already free, already chosen, already empowered. Heaven isn't waiting for you to earn it. It's waiting for you to believe it. There is a moment in every journey when the prisoner realizes the door was never locked. Tonight may be that moment for you. The way forward is not blocked. It's simply waiting for you to walk through. Step beyond the fear of failing, beyond the guilt of yesterday, beyond the comfort of what's familiar. Freedom often feels unfamiliar at first because you've lived so long in limitation. But once you taste it, you'll never settle for chains again. Your obedience will break cycles you didn't even know existed. The courage you show now will echo into generations after you, somewhere in the unseen realm. Heaven applauds, and hell trembles, because one soul deciding to believe God can alter entire bloodlines. So, walk forward. Even if your legs shake, speak truth. Even if your voice trembles, you are no longer fighting for freedom, you are walking in it. Every step you take is a declaration. The old has passed away, and the new has come. Look around you now. The night hasn't changed, but you have. The atmosphere is different because your spirit is different. Freedom is not a place, it's a posture. It's the knowing that nothing and no one can chain what God has chosen. And as you continue toward Friday, remember this: the same power that broke the tomb open for Christ is the same power that breaks your chains now. You are walking into a sunrise that generations before you only dreamed of. Chosen one. Every collision in your life has carried divine intention. You've mistaken some of them for chaos, but heaven calls them catalysts. Every unexpected disappointment, every encounter that shook your spirit, none were accidents. You were meant to collide with truth so powerful that it would break the patterns of your past. You were meant to collide with destiny, not comfort. When light and darkness meet, there is always disruption. The shaking you've felt lately is not destruction, it's divine collision. Heaven is confronting everything in you that cannot go forward. The truth has entered the room of your heart, and lies are being forced to leave. You are not being attacked, you are being awakened. There comes a point where you can no longer avoid what you were created to be. You can't keep pretending you're small when heaven has written greatness into your DNA. You can't keep dimming your light to make others comfortable. You can't keep clinging to what's familiar when you were born to pioneer what's new. Every part of you that tried to stay safe is now being summoned to step into faith. That's what this moment is about. Heaven is calling you to collide with destiny. The friction you feel is transformation in progress. You are outgrowing the version of yourself that fear built. The comfort zones that once protected you are now too tight. The walls of limitation are cracking under the weight of your expansion. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. It is written in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 32. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That verse is not a statement, it's a sword. When truth enters, freedom follows. When you finally see who you are through heaven's eyes, the grip of insecurity begins to loosen. You stop begging for acceptance and start walking in authority. You stop apologizing for existing and start declaring your purpose boldly. The truth is this: you are not behind, you are being launched. You are not rejected, you are being redirected. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. The collisions that once hurt you were actually aligning you with the path designed for you all along. You didn't lose control. Heaven took the wheel. Beloved, the enemy's greatest fear is your awakening. Because once you realize that your pain was prophecy in disguise, his hold on you ends. Every trial that once made you question God will soon become the evidence of his faithfulness. You are not a victim of life's collisions. You are the vessel through which heaven's power manifests. There is a momentum gathering around you now. You can feel it in your spirit. Something is about to shift permanently. The people meant to walk with you are being drawn closer, and those not aligned with your purpose are being gently removed. Do not mourn what you outgrow. It's not rejection, it's graduation. When you collide with destiny, everything false falls away. Pride, fear, guilt, comparison, they shatter on impact. You emerge lighter, clearer, freer. The pressure that once felt unbearable suddenly makes sense because it was never meant to crush you, it was meant to carve you. You were always meant to shine in the aftermath of collision. The truth is simple, yet powerful. You cannot move forward without movement. Stagnation ends where obedience begins. Heaven does not bless hesitation, it blesses surrender. And tonight, the Spirit is whispering that sacred invitation again. Let go of what no longer carries life. Before you take another step, respond to heaven's nudge. Type these words in the comments. I choose truth. Oh, 3 words. A declaration, a realignment. Because when you write them, you're not just typing, you're testifying. You're saying, I'm done believing lies about myself. I'm done bowing to fear. I choose truth. No matter how uncomfortable it feels, those words shift the atmosphere inside you. They pierce through confusion like a beam of light breaking the clouds. Heaven takes note of every moment you respond in faith. Angels move when words of obedience are released. I choose truth is not a slogan, it's a spiritual signal. It tells the universe that you are ready to walk in the clarity God has been trying to show you all along. And when you do, everything hidden will begin to surface, dreams you buried, strength you forgot you had, peace that seemed impossible. All of it will rise again, because truth always resurrects what deception buried. This is your divine collision, your meeting point between who you were and who you are becoming. Don't run from it. Don't fear it. Embrace it. Let the impact of truth shatter what was false and reveal what has always been eternal within you. You were never meant to escape collision. You were meant to transform through it. Friday's first light is closer than you think. Chosen one. Can you sense it? The horizon has begun to shift. There's a softness in the air, a faint glow trying to pierce the last shadows of the night. The silence that once felt endless is beginning to hum with life again. This is what it feels like when resurrection draws near. The sun is not just rising, it's returning to claim what darkness borrowed. You are standing in that in-between hour, the holy border where endings and beginnings kiss. Everything that has been buried, your dreams, your joy, your voice is starting to stir beneath the soil. You've been waiting, but heaven has been working, and now the first rays of divine fulfillment are brushing against your soul. This light does not come gently, it comes with purpose. It illuminates what you couldn't see in the dark, the pain you endured, the people who left, the doors that closed. They all start to make sense in the morning. What once felt like loss now looks like preparation. What once felt like punishment now feels like pruning. Friday's dawn reveals that every wound was a doorway. Every tear was a seed. There's something holy about light after a storm. It doesn't erase what happened, it redeems it. The sunrise never apologizes for the night, it simply outshines it. And that is what your life is about to do. You will not spend the rest of your days explaining your suffering. You will live as proof that God wastes nothing. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 6, God, who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," made his light shine in our hearts through Christ. Those words are not confined to the pages of history. They breathe over you now. Resurrection is not just an event, it is a person. It is a presence that enters every dead thing in your life and whispers, "Live again." That same voice that called Lazarus from the tomb is calling your purpose out of dormancy. Beloved, when light returns, it carries responsibility. You've survived the night, not to hide, but to shine. Your story now becomes a lantern for others, still trapped in darkness. Every time you share what God has done for you, you are striking another match in a world that desperately needs warmth. When you like these words, when you share them, When you subscribe, you are not promoting a message, you are participating in a mission. Each act of engagement is a ripple of light across the sea of souls. There are people scrolling through their own midnight right now, desperate for a sign that God still speaks. Your simple act might be the spark that keeps them from giving up. And yes, if you ever feel led to give, to donate, to sow into what heaven is doing here, do it not as a transaction, but as transformation. Think of it like this: every seed planted in light multiplies beyond what you can see. What you release from your hand becomes a bridge to someone else's breakthrough. Every gift fuels the flame that keeps the message alive. You are not just a listener, you are a light bearer. Together, we're building something eternal, a sanctuary of words, a cathedral of truth that reaches beyond walls and borders. Each person who joins, who supports, who shares, becomes another beam in this rising dawn. Your generosity, your engagement, your faith, it all matters. Think of this space as a vast garden at sunrise. Every heart that awakens adds a petal. Every voice that declares truth adds color. And every act of giving pours water on seeds waiting to bloom. We are not consumers here, we are cultivators. And the harvest we are growing is hope. Beloved, Friday's light is a reminder that resurrection is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of another. You have survived. Yes, but now you must live. Live with intention. Live with gratitude. Live as a testimony. The world doesn't need more noise, it needs more light. And that light begins with you. So, as the sun rises in your spirit, open your hands. Let light flood every hidden corner. Be generous with your story, with your love, with your support. Let your life be the reflection that says, darkness never wins. The dawn is spreading now. The glow is no longer distant, it's within you. Friday's first light has come, and it carries your name. The mantle of the unseen has been resting on your shoulders for longer than you realize. Chosen one, hidden seasons are not wasted seasons. They are where heaven clothes you in power no eye can yet perceive. While others rushed into visibility, you were tucked away, being formed in silence. Every moment you thought was forgotten was actually preparation. Every hidden act of obedience became thread in the robe of authority, now draping your spirit. You have been walking through corridors of obscurity, where applause is absent, but anointing is abundant. The world measures worth by recognition, but heaven measures it by readiness. The ones who are most used by God are rarely the ones who sought the spotlight. They are the ones who served faithfully when no one was watching, who prayed when others slept, who carried burdens without seeking credit. That's why the unseen ones become unstoppable. Their strength was never built on visibility. You may not have noticed it, but heaven has been weaving your story with precision. Each delay was a divine stitch, each unanswered question a piece of the pattern. The tapestry of your calling is not random, it is intentional, rich with meaning that will only be revealed in the right light. What felt like isolation was incubation. You were not ignored, you were entrusted. There is a mystery in how God works. He hides greatness until it's mature enough to handle glory. The same God who concealed David in the fields before revealing him to the throne has done the same with you. You were hidden, not because you lacked value, but because you carried too much of it to be exposed too soon. You are not late, you are perfectly timed. Sometimes, Heaven conceals its most powerful warriors beneath ordinary circumstances. You might think your current place is small, but in the unseen, your obedience is echoing across eternity. Angels move when you whisper prayers. Dimensions shift when you walk in integrity. The unseen realm recognizes your footsteps, even when the world does not. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 12. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. Only that season is not a random day, it's a divine appointment. The blessing of visibility always comes after the discipline of secrecy. The rain falls when the soil is ready, and your soil has been tilled by tears, by faith, by endurance. You've been prepared for a downpour of purpose, and heaven is about to open the floodgates. There is power in remaining faithful while unseen. Every unseen act of kindness, every private prayer, every silent surrender has been recorded in the courts of heaven. The world might not clap for you, but heaven stands in ovation. The applause of angels is not heard by human ears, yet it resounds louder than any crowd. You have been noticed where it matters most. And now, beloved, the mantle that once felt heavy will begin to make sense. You will see that it was not a burden, it was armor. The weight you carried was strength being built. You were learning how to bear spiritual responsibility before receiving earthly recognition. The mantle you wear has been dipped in the oil of endurance. It cannot be stolen, copied, or counterfeited because it was forged in fire. You are entering a season where the unseen will become undeniable. Doors will open that you didn't even knock on because heaven recognizes the scent of obedience. Opportunities will locate you because your name has been whispered in divine conversations. You won't need to chase platforms. Purpose will find you. You won't need to explain your journey. Fruit will speak for you. You've been anointed for influence, not for ego. The mantle you carry is not for decoration but for service. It will draw hearts, heal wounds, and break chains, not by your power, but by the Spirit that dwells within you. The same Spirit that hovered over the waters of creation now hovers over your life, breathing fresh purpose into every hidden gift. Beloved, remember this: those who shine too early often burn out quickly, but those who wait on divine timing radiate with unending light. You have waited. You have endured. And heaven is now aligning circumstances to reveal what's been cultivated in private. The unseen mantle you carry is not fragile, it's eternal. It has survived your fears, your failures, your disappointments, and your doubts. And now, as Friday's dawn nears its fullness, that mantle will shimmer with recognition, not from people, but from purpose. Chosen one. There is a stirring in the atmosphere, an invisible vibration, like the deep breath before heaven exhales. You can feel it, can't you? It's as if creation itself is pausing, waiting for something monumental to happen. You've walked through storms, through silence, through nights so long they felt eternal, and now you stand in the prophetic midpoint. This is not the end of your journey, but it is the pivot, the place where heaven's plans turn from unseen to unstoppable. Every story written by God has a turning point. Moses had his burning bush. David had his anointing in the fields. Mary had her angelic visitation, and now it is your turn. You've been walking faithfully through preparation, and heaven is preparing manifestation. What felt like wandering is now being revealed as direction. What seemed like delay was always divine choreography. Heaven is calling for a response tonight, not from your lips, but from your spirit. You've walked long enough on promises. Now, it's time to walk into them. This moment is sacred because it carries activation. It is the bridge between prophecy and performance. Your journey has not been random. Beloved, every closed door was a redirection. Every "not yet" was a whisper of mercy. If you had received what you wanted, when you wanted it, it might have destroyed you. But now you are ready. Your roots are deep enough, your faith mature enough, your obedience proven enough. Heaven trusts you with what it once hid from you. The ancient words recorded in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28 declare, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." And that truth is not passive, it's alive. All things means every pain, every loss, every misstep, every delay. God has been weaving even your mistakes into the masterpiece of your destiny. Nothing was wasted. Every chapter, even the dark ones, has been part of the light that is now rising. And now, beloved, heaven asks you to agree, to seal your faith not with emotion, but with declaration. Write it below: 1111. Oh, this number, a prophetic symbol of divine alignment, represents open doors, heavenly order, and the merging of heaven's will with your path. When you type it, you are not typing digits, you are echoing heaven's decree. My steps are aligned. My path is clear. My purpose is active. Oh, the moment you declare 1111, the unseen shifts. Angels move. Obstacles réalignent. Because heaven responds to agreement. It is not the number that carries power, it's your faith in action. The number becomes the language of surrender, a way of saying, "Yes, Lord, I'm in sync with your timing." This is your prophetic midpoint, the hinge upon which your story swings open. Everything before this prepared you for it. Everything after will flow from it. The lessons of your wilderness are becoming the wisdom of your promised land. You are stepping out of endurance and into evidence. You are transitioning from hope deferred to hope fulfilled. Look around your life with new eyes. What once seemed random will start to reveal pattern. What once felt wasted will start to bear fruit. You are entering a rhythm where heaven and earth agree concerning you. It may not all unfold at once, but it will unfold with precision. This alignment isn't just about circumstances, it's about your soul. You are learning to trust divine timing, to walk in peace instead of panic, to obey without needing explanation. That is spiritual maturity. That is what makes you unstoppable. Because when your heart beats in sync with heaven's rhythm, nothing can derail you. This is not the kind of alignment you fight for, it's the kind you flow with. It's the moment when you realize the pressure wasn't punishment, it was shaping. The waiting wasn't delay, it was direction. And every why is being answered with now. Beloved, stand still for a breath. Feel the sacred silence of destiny clicking into place. You are in sync with something eternal. The signs around you are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Numbers, moments, Divine nudges all are whispers, saying, "It's time." And when you type 1111, don't rush. Let your spirit mean it. Let it be your signature of surrender, your quiet amen to heaven's unfolding plan, because this is your pivot, your turning point, your holy intersection between what was and what will be. The road behind you was survival. The road ahead is significance. You will not wander anymore. You will walk with clarity, with confidence, and with grace. Friday is near. The alignment is complete. Heaven is ready, and so are you. Chosen one. The hour you are standing in feels heavy with unseen purpose. You can sense the shift beneath the surface of everything, like the quiet before the tide turns, like breath caught between inhale and release. You are not imagining this. The Spirit is moving, rearranging, and refining. What must change before the next chapter begins? Every fiber of your being feels the pull of transition. This is the final threshold before the unveiling. The moment between promise and proof always carries pressure, and that pressure is holy. Heaven is not testing you to find your weakness. It is polishing your strength until it shines. The discomfort you feel is not punishment, it's expansion, like gold refined in fire. Your soul is being made pure enough to hold what God is about to pour. There is a sacred rhythm to transformation. Breaking, waiting, building, revealing. You have walked through them all, though you may not have recognized it. The breaking stripped away the false foundations, the waiting deepened your roots, the building strengthened your faith, and now the revealing begins quietly. Like dawn sneaking past the edge of night, you are standing at the border between hidden purpose and manifested promise. Do not fear the uncertainty. It is proof that you are walking by faith. Those who must always see before they move never discover miracles, but you, beloved, have learned to trust in the unseen. You have followed whispers when others demanded clarity. You have obeyed nudges when logic argued otherwise. That sensitivity to the Spirit is your greatest treasure. It's what separates you from the crowd. Still, transition has its ache. To grow means to outgrow. You are being called to release not only pain, but also comfort. Because even comfort can become a cage. Heaven is prying open your clenched hands so you can receive something greater. What you thought you needed was temporary. What you are about to receive is eternal. Every loss in this season is divine subtraction, leading to multiplication. The ancient words remind us in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Len, this is your time, not someday, not somewhere now. The seasons have turned in your favor. Heaven has flipped the page, and your name is written across the headline of this new chapter. You are stepping into appointed time, where everything begins to connect: the pain, the process, the preparation. It may not come with fanfare or fireworks. Divine timing rarely does. The unveiling begins quietly, with whispers of peace replacing the noise of striving, the same way dawn steals into the sky. Glory enters gently into your spirit, before you even realize it. What you prayed for has already begun. But remember, beloved, with every elevation comes responsibility. The higher you rise, the deeper your roots must grow. Stay grounded in gratitude. The humility you learned in the dark must travel with you into the light. Power, without humility corrupts. But power with humility transforms. You are not rising to prove yourself, you are rising to serve. Heaven will soon place opportunities in front of you that feel far greater than your capacity. That's the point. If it feels too big, it's because you were never meant to carry it alone. You were meant to depend on the one who called you. Grace will become your new strength. It will not come through striving, but through surrender. In this stretch of transformation, loneliness may linger for a little while. The ones who once understood your pain may not understand your progress. But solitude in transition is sacred. It's heaven's way of giving you space to listen. There are things God can only whisper when the crowd has quieted. You are not being isolated. You are being invited into intimacy. Take this time to breathe, to be still, to let the Spirit settle the dust around your soul. You are safe, even when the path feels unstable. The ground of grace holds firm beneath your feet. Every trembling step is leading you closer to the fulfillment of what has been promised. And when Friday dawns in fullness, you will look back on this moment, the ache, the stretching, the surrender, and realize it was the turning point. You were not losing control, you were gaining alignment. You were not being emptied, you were being prepared to overflow. You are in the sacred middle of becoming, and that is the holiest ground of all. Stand tall, breathe deep, and let the transformation continue its perfect work within you. Chosen one. The veil has grown thin now, so thin that heaven's breath can almost be felt on your skin. This is the hour of unveiling. The moment every hidden promise begins to step into the light. What was once concealed beneath pain, beneath endurance, beneath mystery, is now rising to the surface, like gold emerging from flame. You are standing in the sacred unveiling of everything God has been preparing behind the scenes. All those nights when you wondered if your prayers vanished into silence, they were never lost. They were collected, stored like rain in the clouds, waiting for this very moment. The drought is ending. The sky is breaking open, not to destroy you, but to drench you in long-awaited promise. The first drops are already falling. You can feel them in your spirit. The air carries a fragrance of fulfillment, the scent of heaven keeping its word. When God unveils, He doesn't just reveal new things, He reveals the truth about what already was. You begin to see how every detour connected, how every heartbreak built endurance, how every unanswered question was actually a hidden answer, waiting for maturity. You realize that what once seemed like chaos was divine choreography all along. This is what divine revelation feels like, not the noise of celebration, but the quiet awe of understanding. You are being shown the architecture of your journey, the pattern woven through your pain. The veil lifts, and you see not random events, but a masterpiece. Every scar now glows with purpose. Every tear becomes evidence that you were being shaped for something weightier than comfort, something eternal. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 126, verse 5. Those who sow in tears shall reap with songs of joy. That verse is the heartbeat of your season. The harvest of joy has come. The years of sowing in faith, of believing through brokenness, are yielding fruit that cannot be stolen. What once felt like endless sowing is turning into singing. You have moved from mourning to melody, from burden to breakthrough. But the unveiling is not only about blessing, it is about identity. You are finally seeing yourself as heaven has always seen you. The mask of inadequacy is falling away. The old names, failure, forgotten, unworthy, are being replaced with truth, chosen, favored, crowned. The reflection you see now is not who you were trying to become, it's who you always were beneath the dust of struggle. When the veil lifts, deception loses its grip. The lies that said you were too late, too broken, too small, gone. The illusions that told you your life was ordinary, shattered. What remains is truth, so radiant that darkness can no longer disguise it. You were never behind. You were never unworthy. You were being reserved for a specific hour, and that hour has arrived. It's strange, isn't it? How something so divine can feel so gentle. The unveiling is not loud, it's luminous, like dawn touching the horizon. It doesn't demand attention, it simply reveals what was hidden by the night. You won't need to announce your transformation. People will see it. The light in your eyes, the calm in your voice, the authority in your presence. It will speak louder than any words ever could. Beloved, this is the moment when heaven vindicates what the world misunderstood. The false accusations, the seasons of silence, the times you were judged or dismissed, all of them will now serve as proof of divine favor. God never forgets those who remained faithful in obscurity. You are His evidence that purity still has power, that endurance still has reward. The unveiling also carries weight. The same light that reveals beauty also exposes responsibility. You will feel a holy stirring to steward what has been entrusted to you. The blessings pouring in are not meant to decorate your life, they are meant to equip your mission. You are not being crowned for comfort, but for calling. The favor coming your way is not an ending, it is empowerment for greater purpose. So stand tall, chosen one. Let the light rest fully on your face. Do not hide from it now. You have survived the shadows. It is time to stand unafraid in illumination. The unveiling is not about showing off what you have. It's about showing forth who God is through you. Every season of suffering has led here to this moment of revelation, where heaven's story about you becomes undeniable on earth. The old is gone. The new is visible. And you are radiant with the glory of the fulfilled promise. This is not imagination, it's manifestation. The unveiling is real. And as you breathe in the light of Friday's dawn, remember, this is only the beginning of everything heaven always intended for you. Chosen one. Can you feel it? The air around you is charged with the sound of victory, not a loud roar, but a deep, steady hum, echoing from eternity itself. It is the sound of completion, the vibration of heaven celebrating the one who did not give up. You have fought well, stood firm, and now the heavens are echoing your endurance. This is the echo of victory. When heaven celebrates, it does not throw confetti. It sends confirmation. Doors open with divine precision. Hearts that once turned away begin to return. The things that once resisted you now make room for you. The atmosphere itself begins to cooperate with your purpose. You've entered that holy rhythm where everything that once worked against you begins to work for you. The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, declares with unwavering truth, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue you will condemn. This is the heritage of the Lord's servants." That promise has never been more alive than it is right now. Every attack, every accusation, every unseen scheme, it all falls powerless at your feet. The battle you endured was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to display God's faithfulness through you. You have become living proof that divine protection is not theory, it's reality. Beloved, the echo of victory is not just about triumph over enemies, it's about the transformation within you. The real victory is that your heart remained soft while everything around you hardened. You could have turned bitter, but you chose better. You could have cursed the darkness, but you chose to shine instead. That is strength few understand. Yet heaven reveres. Victory has a scent. It smells like peace after a storm, like soil after rain. You've carried the fragrance of faith through fire, and now that scent draws favor toward you. People will not be able to explain why they are drawn to you. They'll only feel the residue of heaven on your presence. That's what happens when someone walks through battle and comes out refined instead of ruined. You are now a carrier of courage, a living melody of perseverance. The world needs what you carry, but they can only receive it if your light is seen, if your voice is heard. That's why what we build together here matters so much. When you like these messages, when you share them, when you subscribe, you are not feeding algorithms. You are feeding souls. Each click becomes a ripple of hope that travels farther than you could imagine. There are people tonight on the verge of giving up. People standing at the same cliff you once stood on, and your simple act could be the whisper that saves them. You may never meet them, but heaven will record your obedience. And if your heart feels stirred to give, to solve, to donate, do it as an act of gratitude, not obligation. Giving is the echo of generosity, the continuation of the same love that lifted you. Think of it like planting seeds in the soil of victory. Every gift is a seed of faith that multiplies into testimonies. Some seeds grow into words that heal, others into doors that open for those still trapped in darkness. Every seed matters. Every gift carries light. Together, we are building a sanctuary in sound, a temple made of words, compassion, and faith that travels through screens and cities, reaching hearts too far for our hands to touch. Your support, whether through sharing, subscribing, or giving, isn't about numbers. It's about nurturing this light so it continues to shine. When you comment, when you write your reflection below, you aren't just responding, you are prophesying. You are putting language to your transformation. Let your comment be your altar of gratitude, a reminder that you made it through the fire and came out glowing. Think of this space as a field of lanterns, each light a soul awakened, each name a testimony. Your words ignite others. Your engagement builds bridges of hope across oceans of despair. Beloved, your victory isn't silent, it's symphonic. The sound of your survival reverberates across time and space. The same heaven that watched you crawl through your valleys now watches you rise upon your mountain. Angels lean in with awe, because endurance always glorifies God more than ease. This is your moment to breathe deeply, to know that the war within has found peace. You are not at the end, you are at the echo. The resonance of victory will carry through every tomorrow you step into. So let your gratitude speak. Let your support shine. Let your testimony ripple outward like waves that never stop moving. Because victory, when shared, multiplies. Heaven rejoices, and the earth responds. Your story has become a song, and the world needs to hear it. The aftershock of glory is quiet. Chosen one, it is not the thunder of applause, nor the clamor of crowds. It is the sacred stillness that follows revelation. After every great move of God, there is a pause, a breath between the exhale of heaven and the inhale of earth. You are living in that pause now. The battle has ended. The unveiling has come. And yet your spirit still trembles under the weight of wonder. Glory does that. It lingers. It doesn't shout, it settles. It seeps into the corners of your being until every part of you remembers what divine presence feels like. Glory is not merely light, it is weight. The holy gravity that keeps your heart anchored in truth when everything else tries to drift away. And that weight, that presence, is resting upon you now. You are feeling the aftershock because glory never passes through a person without changing them. It rewrites your rhythm, slows your pace, deepens your awareness. The things that once fascinated you seem shallow now, because once you've tasted heaven, nothing earthly satisfies the same way. You've glimpsed eternity, and it has left its fingerprints on your soul. But glory carries responsibility. When Moses descended from the mountain, his face still shone from God's presence. The light that rested on him was not for decoration, it was for demonstration. Every encounter with glory is an assignment in disguise. You are not merely called to experience it, you are called to express it. The aftershock of glory becomes transformation when you allow it to change how you see, speak, and serve. Do not rush this moment. So many receive revelation and run too quickly, trying to replicate what they've seen before. It has fully shaped them. But glory demands stillness before it releases direction. The most powerful movements begin not in noise, but in quiet conviction. Let the fire within you cool into wisdom before you move. Let revelation take root until it becomes instinct. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 33, verse 18. Moses said, "Show me your glory." End of crew. Glory is not a destination, it's a rhythm. It follows obedience, flows through humility, and rests upon purity. As you continue walking, you will begin to notice subtle changes, the way peace precedes your steps, the way grace fills your words, the way people feel comfort simply by standing near you. That is what it means to carry the aftershock of glory. You become a living echo of the encounter that marked you. In this stage, heaven begins to multiply what was deposited in you. The miracles you witnessed in private will soon flow through you in public. The compassion you learned in pain will now heal others who suffer. You will find yourself saying words you didn't plan, touching hearts you didn't expect to reach. Because glory is moving through you, not for your fame, but for God's. Yet even as power increases, humility must deepen. The weight of glory is safe only in surrendered hands. You must remember what you learned in the valley, that everything you are, everything you have, comes from Him. Keep your heart uncluttered, your motives clean, your eyes on the one who gave you the light. Glory shines brightest through transparent souls. There will be moments when the presence feels almost too much to bear, when tears come without warning and gratitude overwhelms words. That is the soul recognizing its home. Glory is not foreign to you. It is your origin. You came from it. And one day, you will return to it. For now, you are heaven's reflection walking on earth. The aftershock of glory will ripple beyond your own life. The peace that has settled on you will spread to your household. The wisdom you speak will stir courage in those who've grown weary. The grace that flows from you will touch strangers who don't even know your story. Glory does not end, it extends. It moves like wind, unseen, yet undeniable. And as Friday's dawn matures into full day, you will begin to understand the purpose of every struggle that preceded this peace. The pain was the path, the breaking was the blessing, the waiting was the weaving of strength, the unveiling, the victory, the light they all led here. To this quiet majesty that surrounds you now, you are not merely a recipient of glory, you are its continuation. The light that filled you was never meant to stop with you. You are a living testimony that the divine still moves among the ordinary, that heaven still breathes through human hearts. Chosen one. The light of Friday has fully broken now. It stretches across the landscape of your life like gold spilling over mountains, touching every place that once knew shadow. The journey that began in darkness has led you here to radiance. This is the hour of continuation. The moment when destiny no longer feels distant, but becomes your daily rhythm. Heaven has not simply visited you, it has made its home within you. You stand now in the afterglow of fulfillment, surrounded by the echoes of promises kept, everything you endured, every season that seemed silent, has culminated in this sacred calm. The battle is behind you, but the mission is before you. The purpose for which you were refined is unfolding, one step at a time, beneath your steady feet. The voice of the Spirit is gentle in this place. It no longer shouts instructions, it whispers companionship. You have matured enough to hear guidance in quiet tones. God no longer needs to break you to teach you. He can simply breathe and you understand. That is the reward of endurance, intimacy. You've moved from pleading for answers to walking with wisdom. The light around you is not external. It flows from within. You've become what you once sought. The peace you prayed for now lives in your gaze. The joy you once begged heaven to send now radiates through your voice. You are not chasing light anymore. You are carrying it. This is what transformation truly means, to become the message you believed in, as was spoken in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 5. He who was seated on the throne said, "Behold, I am making all things new." And those words are not confined to a distant future. They are unfolding within you right now. Everything old has yielded to newness. Every limitation has bowed to possibility. The world around you may look the same, but your perception has changed. And perception shifts reality. You see divine fingerprints where others see coincidence. You hear purpose in what others call noise. You walk through ordinary days with extraordinary awareness. This renewal does not erase what came before it redeems it. The scars you carry are no longer signs of defeat. They are seals of covenant. Each mark tells a story of survival, of faith that refused to die. You will not hide them. You will honor them. They are reminders that glory does not come without cost, and that every cost was worth the reward of knowing God more deeply. In this season of continuation, the lessons of your past have become tools for your future. The wisdom forged in pain will guide your influence. The compassion born from struggle will flow into every word you speak, every decision you make. You are not the same as when you began. Your soul has been tempered like steel, your faith steady as stone, your love expansive as the horizon. You may notice that heaven's pace feels slower now. That is intentional. The rush of breakthrough gives way to the rhythm of stewardship. What you build from this moment must be done with care, Quick miracles may catch attention, but steady obedience builds legacy. You are no longer chasing moments, you are cultivating movements. Everywhere you go, you will carry the quiet authority of one who has walked with God. Your presence will change rooms before you speak, not because of charisma, but because peace always enters first. People will sense that you've been somewhere sacred, that you've touched fire and returned glowing instead of burned. They will ask how you endured, and your answer will be simple: grace kept me. And in truth, grace did. Grace carried you through storms, through shadows, through nights where hope flickered faintly. Grace was the invisible thread stitching your story together when it felt torn beyond repair. Grace was the hand beneath you when you fell, the voice beside you when you doubted, the strength within you when you could not stand alone. Now that grace has become glory, the same God who whispered, "Wait," now declares, "Walk." You have graduated from surviving to shaping, from wandering to witnessing. This is continuation, not repetition, but expansion. Heaven's story through you has only begun. Beloved, look around you. The sunrise of destiny no longer blinds you, it empowers you. You walk freely now, clothed in purpose, surrounded by peace. The fear that once followed you has grown silent. The questions that haunted you have been answered by experience. The future that frightened you has become the field where you plant seeds of hope for others. This is your divine continuation. The journey does not end here, it deepens. Every step you take from this day forward will echo with light. You are no longer waiting for the world to change. You are the change heaven sent. The same Spirit that called you out of darkness now commissions you into endless dawn. So, walk on, chosen one. The light is not behind you anymore. It walks within you, before you, and beyond you. Chosen one, take a breath. You have journeyed through fire and silence, through breaking and becoming, and now you stand in fullness. What began as a whisper has turned into revelation. You have seen yourself through heaven's eyes, brave, steadfast, chosen. Every word you've read, every truth you've received, has been another step into your calling. But this is not the end. This is continuation. When a soul awakens, it becomes a lighthouse for others still searching in the dark. That is what you are now, a living flame, proof that grace still transforms. If these words have stirred something within you, let them flow outward. Share this light. Let it move through you to others who need to hear what you've heard. One share, one click, one voice lifted can reach hearts you'll never meet. When you like, when you comment, when you subscribe, you're not simply supporting a message, you're building a sanctuary of truth. Your voice matters here. Leave your reflection below. What line reached you? What moment touched you? What truth set your spirit free? Together, our words become a chorus heaven can hear. This light we've kindled doesn't belong to one, it belongs to all. So keep it burning. Keep walking. Keep shining. Because your story isn't over. It's only beginning to echo across eternity. Like, share, and stay connected, because the next word heaven speaks might just be the one your heart has been waiting for.